And gentlemen, welcome back to WWE 2K25 MyRise Mutiny Mode, where we have to pick our, stories to go to War Games. So I have Charlotte, Jade Cargill, and Becky Lynch to choose from. Of the three, we're picking Charlotte first.
Hey, hope you're doing okay. That go to sleep from Punk must have been a real wake-up call. Although, if I'm being honest, it's hard to believe you didn't see it coming.
And you did?
Well, we all know of his reputation. I would have had my head on a swivel.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
It was just a hunch. I wasn't close enough to have all the pieces.
Huh, must be nice to be able to watch everything from a safe distance.
No one's at a safe distance now. Punk and Mutiny are a threat to every single one of us. We need to work together. I want in on your plan for Survivor Series. Assuming you actually have a plan.
I'm mostly monitoring their socials, looking for cracks and gathering actionable intel. I want to figure out their vulnerabilities and then try to figure out how to strike.
I like that. I think I know where to look first. They've pulled too many of our people over, but I know somebody we should pull back. We could increase our numbers and destabilize theirs. It's a win-win.
Pulling someone back could send a strong message. And this time it's Mutiny and CM Punk who won't see it coming. So, who'd you have in mind?
Tiffany Stratton. She has the potential to be one of the best in the business. Luckily for us, Mutiny doesn't know what they've got. Even luckier, I might just be the person to get through to her. That is, if I'm a part of WWE's plans for Survivor Series.
You're in.
Absolutely, Charlotte. You're in. If you can turn Tiff, that could be the game changer we need.
My thoughts exactly.
Influence their story. Let's do it. Come on. Alright, what do we have going for us now? Yes. Charlotte Flair is a long time. Oh, hang on. Let's wait before we get into this history lesson.
Charlotte, thanks for reaching out. I'm guessing this means Mutiny is gaining another top superstar?
Quite the opposite, actually.
What do you mean?
I'm not joining Mutiny. I'm here to pull you out of it. It's not too late to change course and be on the right side of things.
Pull me out? Why would I want out? Mutiny is shaking things up, Charlotte. I'm exactly where I should be.
At what cost, though? I've watched you rise. You've always had the potential to lead, not follow. Remember why you got into wrestling? Was it to follow someone else's orders?
It's not like that. Punk and Bayley, they're not just leading us. They're empowering us, inspiring us.
You once told me that I inspired you. Not only to get into wrestling, but to make a mark, not just to blend in. Don't lose that vision, Tiffany. Don't let Mutiny's clouded dreams overshadow your aspirations.
Exactly.
You did inspire me, but that was a long time ago. Maybe I'm not the same person I was then.
Or maybe you've just forgotten what you came here to do. Watch my match on SmackDown next week. It might just remind you.
We'll see.
That we shall. Let's go to the match. Oh, hey Nat, thinking we mix things up for our match on SmackDown, relive our NXT glory days before Mutiny ruined it. How about 2014 gear? Count me in. Okay. Well, that explains the rewards of 2014 gear for the both of them. So, and I have the nuggets. That. So, Charlotte Flair made her professional wrestling debut 1993. Doesn't sound right given the fact her age is about 39. And she, born about 86. Yeah, that's because her first appearance was in WCW Starrcade 1993, their 10th anniversary show, in a vignette with her father, Ric Flair. Yeah, Charlotte Flair is the daughter of 16-time world champion Ric Flair, although if you ask him, he says it's more like 20, just due to certain title reigns not being counted as a part of it, but that's neither here nor there. So, her first debut in wrestling was in a WCW little cheesy vignette with her father. It then happened again at 14. She was shown in a WCW interview. But fasting forward till 2012 when she formally got her start with WWE, she was sent to NXT to help develop and all of that. While she was training, and then naturally over the course of her training, she's learning all this jazz. She gets pulled into NXT. 2014, she eventually wins the NXT Women's Championship. So when she wins this, she goes on a tear that basically gives her the championship, and she defends it for quite a while. Until eventually losing it to Sasha Banks. When Sasha Banks won it and kind of bounced around NXT for a little bit before being called up to the main roster in about 2015. Yes. 2015, she gets called up alongside Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. While doing this, her and Becky are put with Paige. Sasha Banks is put with Naomi and Tamina. And it was just kind of creating three little teams to go along. Oh, hang on. Okay, sure. Okay, so I just gotta put her in the hold. I don't have to use Move Deep or anything. Sorry about that. So Charlotte doing all this. Eventually, when she gets called up, she quickly gets the Divas Championship and holds it for quite a while until about WrestleMania 32, when it is replaced with the Women's Championship. Once it's replaced with the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 32, she is holding it for the longest time, going on a streak of undefeated matches at pay-per-views and championship matches. She had not lost a championship match on pay-per-view basically since she got pulled up. It would eventually come to a loss at Bayley when Bayley would win the championship on a arbitrary Monday Night Raw, and then eventually retain the title at, I want to say it was a Fastlane. After the Raw Women's Championship and the draft happens, Charlotte moves on to SmackDown and kind of bounces around between the brands and gets the championships back and forth. So she was almost always in the title picture since her debut with WWE. Well, actually, ever since about 2014 in NXT. She's always been involved in the world title picture. Then she has had, recently, she had a pretty nasty knee injury that took her out for a while. She gets back, came back at the Rumble to thunderous applause until people found out she was winning it. Then people were kind of oh, yay. But, not that important. Charlotte Flair has been a tremendous wrestler and has inspired a lot of current wrestlers in the NXT system to do it. Such in point like Tiffany Stratton, who is heavily involved in this story, it seems, well, because we're trying to get her back. So, now, that's kind of a rough history on her. Natalya. The last, one of the, I believe she's the only female graduate of the Hart Dungeon, her grandfather's Stu Hart Dungeon. She is the daughter of Jim Neidhart, member of the Hart Foundation, alongside Bret Hart. I shouldn't have won that match. Natalya has been a mainstay in WWE since being a valet for current husband, they haven't. I don't know if they, anyway. Being a valet for her husband, Tyson Kidd, and Davey Boy Smith Jr. When they were in WWE for a while, before eventually becoming a superstar in her own right kind of bouncing around during the early Divas era where it was sort of a joke to be associated with it, but took the best of all our opportunities and become basically a legend.
Tonight was a reminder of what passion and dedication look like. And that match wasn't just another random fight. Our throwback gear and my vintage moves were no accident. It was a message intended for an audience of one. Tiffany Stratton, I hope you were watching closely. That match, that fire you saw, that's why I'm at the top of this business. And it's why you got into the ring, inspired by people like me. But here's the real talk. You shouldn't be living in someone else's shadow, like CM Punk and Bayley want. You're not meant to be just a piece in their game. You belong somewhere you can truly be inspired, where you can unlock the potential you've always had, not with people who dictate your path, but someone who supports your journey. It's your time, Tiffany, and it's time to chart your own path. Remember why you started. Remember what drove you to step into the ring. It's not too late to make a choice that defines your legacy. Make it count.
Well, to finish up with Natalya, she just kind of made the best of every opportunity she was given with the little one she had, and has made a name for herself in WWE, currently reinventing herself sort of on the independence with WWE and AAA, and recently basically being the last part seeding and destroying everyone on the indies that she has dealt with, while also kind of seems like she also is recruiting. That little blurb of was basically, I don't even know what that, okay. So yeah, these are all the tweets that was kind of put out after the CM Punk betrayal that I realized existed now because of what had just occurred. The whole text exchange basically saying, hey, stop trying to pull our people when you didn't want them to begin with. Even though, do you, Mutiny, really want them? Yeah, like that hunk a liar, call me surprised. Yeah, well, let's move on. What you got?
So, do we need to talk about
There
a
is
plan
no
B?
plan B.
No. I'm making headway. Slowly. We'll get through to Tiffany eventually.
You sure? Sometimes no amount of strategy can turn a lost cause. Be ready to pivot.
I'm aware of the risks, but I'm not backing down. This isn't just about rescuing Tiffany. It's about proving there's a different way to lead.
I get it, but I've seen plans crumble. My first match on the Indies was canceled because the ring collapsed right before I was about to walk out. Survivor Series is looming. We can't afford for things to fall apart.
Then it's a good thing I'm not going to fail.
All right then. Make sure to bring that determination against Bayley. She won't know what hit her.
Yes, she will. Me.
Oh yeah, and apparently now we have a match with Bayley, which was what that Twitter exchange between her and Charlotte was supposed to be. Well, Bayley and Charlotte, that's Twitter exchange to get them to... Yep, so we're taking on Bayley, which is going to make it pretty easy. And then it's just figuring out what to talk. Yep. Charlotte Flair. We do not need to see this entrance, although... Oh, more throwback gear. Okay, not entirely sure which one this is supposed to be a throwback to, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Probably, they'd probably say it if I don't skip this, but, we've already seen the entrance, and I have no need to show it off. Looks like it was the gear she won her first championship in. Anyway, not important. No, it is not, Michael Cole. Thank you for explaining the obvious. This is Shayna Baszler, a professional wrestler who is currently on the independent scene and not signed with WWE. Due to just budget cut releases, so they say. Every release is budget cut. Again, that's what they say. So, Shayna Baszler. Let's get into her, because she has not shown up. former mixed martial artist in the UFC, was in it around the same time Ronda Rousey was there. So it was like her, Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, and Ronda Rousey. Those were like the 4 horsewomen of MMA. 4 of the best women to do mixed martial arts. In 2015, Baszler was in there in MMA for a long while, eventually going for her record was, I believe, yes, 15 wins, 11 losses, no draws. She represented the United States in the grappling World Championship, placing silver in 2009 in Gi and Nogi and Frangak World Test Championship. She won gold in the openweight division, all representing the United States, which very impressive. For the MMA fans out there that may not know her, she had an orthodox stance, and she is a third degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That means nothing to me because I am clueless. I just know it means you could kick my hair like 6 ways to Sunday. And going to test her on it. Professional wrestling career started in about 2015 when she was cut from the UFC for whatever reason, I don't know. And she eventually made her way to NXT. While in NXT, she was a legitimate threat. Beating everybody up, sending people on the shelf, and all en route to winning the NXT Women's Championship. She held it twice and has the longest combined reign of it. Her 2 championship reigns has been the longest time anybody has held the belt. And she is also a 3-time women's tag champ in WWE. Once being pulled to the main roster, I think she was unfortunately, he suffered when Vince McMahon started because he came in during COVID. There were a lot. Now, you can go in, see all these dirt sheets, do all of these interviews, that there's so many things that I do not know. And I will go on record saying that I do not know this. He was set to face Becky. She came in on that main roster, and she was still a killer. He basically was in the elimination chamber, and nobody had gotten any eliminations. There were 4 women in the ring. He came in and eliminated everybody in the time it took for the next pod to open. And they basically built her up to be this killer. And it was awesome. But this was in 2020. COVID happened, and not too long after that, to the point where WrestleMania had to be locked behind closed doors, and they weren't airing. They had to pre-tape it. They did everything to the point where Becky Lynch, still holding the championship, they made sure they kept the title on Becky. Which I don't know if the plan was to ever give it to Baszler after that based on that, but the way I would see it and how I would have done it is, if you're going to bring someone like this, where the first thing she does when she makes her debut is jump the champion and storyline, bite her neck to the point where it's like, basically made it look like she chewed a chunk off her neck. And they had like a little blood packet in there. Full on vampire mode. So it's like, if you're going to do that, and then when she's in the elimination chamber, she is going to tap everybody out, except for one, because she's just not in the match yet. I would say give her the championship, just to make this person seem like a credible threat. But they didn't. Because I think they were just trying to do what they could to make people happier. And kind of ever since then, her WWE career kind of bounced around the tag division until this release. But we are done. 2 matches. Yeah, this is usually about what I do anyway for these. So I'm going to cut it here after this. I will catch you all next time when we continue this storyline with Charlotte. Later.